thanks for joining me today. We are gonna sit down and we're gonna have a chat. But first of all, if you are new here, my name is Sophie. I own a small business called Rymermade where I sell greetings cards, colouring books, washi tape, notepads, stickers. I can't remember what. And I've newly released clothing. I don't know why I'm pointing at this because I don't sell this. I've newly released clothing and cups, such as this one. This is gonna be a long chat. If you're new here, I'm sorry you have not joined me on the best week. So grab a brew, preferably in a Rymermade cup, which you can get from rymermade.com. And let's talk about how I failed and what I'm gonna do about it. The first thing I actually want to talk about is not to do with my business, but it's just life in general. And in my last vlog, it ended on the Friday, which was release day, and there was a few mentions of my skin starting to flare up. I have a thing, I don't know what the thing is. I don't know if it's allergy related or autoimmune related, but from time to time, sometimes a couple of times a year, sometimes once every couple of years, my face explodes and it's awful. And this time has been the worst time. I don't think it's allergy related because I did absolutely nothing different. I think it's an autoimmune thing, and I think actually if you watch back my vlog from last week, there's a lot of hints that something autoimmune is about to happen. I talk repeatedly about feeling burnout. I talk about feeling overwhelmed, depressed, my skin starting to flare up, and on Friday it went from bad to worse. It actually doesn't look that bad on the camera last Friday in the vlog. I know it doesn't look great right now, but there's no more swelling today, which means this is a week after that last vlog finished. This is Friday, and I only feel now ready to sit in front of a camera knowing that I look like I'm sunburned, but it's fine. So basically by the end of Friday, my face had puffed out a good like centimetre away from my skull. And then by Saturday morning, I woke up and my eyes were completely swollen shut. Then on Saturday, my husband had to go to work on Saturday morning, which meant I had to take the dog out at lunchtime. And because I couldn't open my eyes, I couldn't see where I was walking, and there was a dip in my garden and I fell. I did grab the washing line so I didn't fall, but I completely twisted my ankle and I couldn't bend my toes for 2 days. So I knew it was fine because I could put weight on it. I knew it wasn't broken or anything. I knew it was just probably bruised or something, but I was miserable. Saturday and Sunday actually, all I could do was sleep and cry. And it doesn't help what happened with the launch, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But I honestly, trigger warning for the next few sentences to do with mental health, but I was incredibly low. Between Sunday and Monday, I think I said the words "I don't want to have to exist" more than I said anything else. That was all I could. I was just sleeping and crying and saying that anytime I would talk to my husband. Whenever he would ask if I was okay, I was like, no, because I have to live. Like, I just was, it was bad. I just didn't want to exist in like this anymore, because this is like the worst my skin has been. It was purely, I just thought, I can't exist with this pain anymore. I can't express how painful it was. I mean, this is too much information, but like, it was weeping, it was sore. My husband said on, I can't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday morning, but he said he woke up and looked at me and my eyes were a good like 2 centimeters away from my eyelids, were like a good 2 centimeters out from my face, and he just said that he thought to himself, like, please don't wake up because you're gonna be so unhappy when you wake up. So yeah, my memory notes are not good from those days, but it will take about 2 to 3 years for me to actually get to that point in my memory planner, so we're fine. But it was just a very dark time. I didn't really talk to anyone. I couldn't look at my phone. I couldn't really look at the TV. I just was horrendous. On top of that, I was dealing with the fact that I felt that everybody hated me because I had a very, very bad launch, and we're gonna talk about it. So Friday rolled around. As you saw, I had work in the evening, but I had been doing loads and loads of prep work all through Monday. And I kind of said I had an inkling things weren't gonna go well because, as with every launch, my views just drop right off. I feel like I do so much promo and nobody sees it. And then I logged in to Shopify just before the launch and nobody was waiting. And I thought, this is a bad sign. So the video ends with the launch going live and I had real-time Stack open. And I'm not kidding, I filmed myself for I think another 12 minutes before I gave up and immediately deleted the footage because it was just too sad and pathetic. I was spiraling in that video. Like, I was saying about how, like, it's not even that no one's buying, nobody's supporting me, none of my friends shared anything about it. Eventually Daisy did share a post and I messaged her and was like, thank you so much, you're the only one who has shared anything about this. But yeah, it was just not good. Nobody supported me, nobody wanted to buy anything, and I was sitting there looking at my accounts spreadsheet for the month and thinking, I have spent so many hundreds to just embarrass myself on the internet, and everyone's laughing at you and saying, I can't believe you thought you were actually gonna sell anything. This was my train of thought at the time. I've had a week to process this and I'm not there anymore. I'm still not feeling great, but I'm somewhere in the middle. Sorry, I have notes. So it's no secret that my shop has not been doing well for a really long time, and the last time I felt I had any kind of success was my last colouring book launch in March, and I was so overwhelmed by that and I was so pleased. And then ever since then I've basically had no sales, just the odd one or two, but really nothing. My neighbours are being loud outside. So I kind of convinced myself, don't worry, it's okay, because you are one of those shops that has success on launch day, and then between launches you're just going to quietly work away to the next launch and it will all be fine. So I had this in my head the whole time I'm working and spending more and more money on this launch. I'm thinking to myself, it's fine because launch day comes around and it'll be successful. Spoiler alert, it wasn't successful. Just got a bill through. Launch day rolled around and it wasn't successful. So then in my head I'm thinking, so if I'm not the kind of shop who has consistent sales and I'm not the kind of shop who sells anything on launch day, what kind of shop am I? Because I'm clearly not going to make any money. Those are the only two times, the only two ways to make money. Panic was setting in while I was dealing with my face, which maybe is why it was the longest attack of whatever it is that is wrong with me that I've ever had. Normally it lasts 2 to 3 days. I'm on day 7 and as you can see, like, the swelling is pretty much gone, but I look and feel like I'm sunburned and yeah, it's just not nice. That was making me really spiral as well, and I was just in a state of panic, and I was very close to just closing the whole shop. The only thing that stopped me closing the shop was that I've got so much stock here, and I thought, most people when they're closing down, they sell things off at a massive discount, but I've tried selling this stuff at a massive discount before and people still don't want it when it's dirt cheap. So I am just left with this room that is suffocating me, filled with stuff. If I totaled up everything in this room, I've spent thousands of pounds filling it with stuff that I might be left with forever. And I thought, if I close my shop, I can't have any chance of getting rid of it. So stay open for now. Recognize that you are an impulsive person and a black and white thinker, and wait until you've had time to process, and obviously that's what I did. So my next note, how can I change next time? And I've struggled writing this list because I do feel that I've done as much as I could do in a lot of ways. I feel that my promo was good. I feel like I'm consistently engaging with my community. I personally feel that my products are good and I really like my listing images. One thing that I really struggled with was that in my new apparel, you can either see a mock-up photo or you can see a picture of me. And I am not a thin and pretty woman. I am someone, I'm fat, I know this about myself, it's no secret. I do have mirrors and I do buy my own clothing. Unfortunately, the majority of my customers, even the ones who are fat, are not this fat. So they don't want to see me in those clothes. But I'm kind of at a loss because there's nothing I can do about it. Like, I live my life the only way I can, and I'm not about to get magically thin, and there's nothing I can do that will make me pretty. So unfortunately, this is the model that you're gonna get. That was one of the thoughts that I've kind of been going over as well, because I'm looking at people who had launches at the same time and they're all stunning in their product photos, and then you look at me wearing this oversized at the top. Nothing fits me properly because of my body shape as well, which is another problem. So one thing I could do actually is I could pin the back of tops to make things more fitted to me, because I know it was really baggy on me. This was one of the things that was making me feel that I was embarrassing myself and everyone was laughing at me. It just is what it is, and it is something that's on my list. I need my pictures of me, like, showing the world what things look like, to look better, but they're always gonna have me in them, so I don't know. Another thing that I could do is release less at once, and I'm feeling quite stubborn and digging my heels in about this one, but I do know that it's right. I do need to release less at once. I've seen other people release as much or more at the same time, and they did not have a problem with things selling, but I do understand that this was not a cohesive collection where one thing led to another and everything made sense together. I get it wasn't like that. So I need to maybe focus on one thing at a time. I used to do monthly releases and it didn't go well for me. So having studied other small businesses, I moved to quarterly releases. That's also not working for me. So I'm a bit lost as to what I need to do. Sorry, not really information you care about, but we had worked on our car and the mechanic is my husband's boss's husband, so he sent me the invoice and I just wanted to get it paid like straight away. It was taking over my brain. So yes, I need to release less at once somehow. I need to work out how that works for me, because I understand that sticker kits and lots of different t-shirts and cups, I can't even remember everything. Oh, and a colouring book. I understand that they don't all make sense together. Oh, and a tote bag. See, I can't even remember everything I released. So I know that I need to release less, but I just get excited. I just want everything to come out all at once. But I know that I need to chill out. Maybe I just need to not set a goal of like every month or whatever, and just when I have something that's ready, just set a release date then and go for it. Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to be able to reach more people, and this is difficult because it's not completely within my control. So I've worked really hard to build up a following. My target for YouTube was 100 followers this year, and I'm at 63 at the time of filming this. So I'm just over halfway there, and we're just over halfway through the year. So I think I'm in a pretty good space with that. I'm meeting my targets. And my goal for 2025 for TikTok was 2,000 followers, and I'm at about 2,200, I think. So I'm beyond my target. Tell me one video I've posted recently that more than 200 people have seen. It's just the nature of TikTok. So and also Instagram's worse. I think a maximum of usually like 50 people. Like if I have a good post, 50 to 60 people have seen it. So I'm not fully in control of that. I'm trying to boost engagement at the moment because I've got a 3D printed sign, wall sign competition live. There's my one, here's my one. Again, I released these, I don't even remember everything. So this is my one, but I can put in any name, any logo. I can like copy out any logo, and you can have a choice of 12 colours for the background and the foreground. There's a competition until the end of July to win one of these, and you can win one on TikTok and one on Instagram, so you've got 2 chances to win. Technically you could win twice, I'll be choosing at random. So I'm trying to increase a bit of engagement that way by having people tagging other people in the posts, but generally I need to do more videos. I'm a bit stuck on this as well because I found that if I post a second video on the same day, usually that one will flop like massively. So I don't know how frequently to post. No one seems to know the nature of this beast and what we're supposed to do, what the rules are. But yeah, I need to find a way to reach more people. I need to have more exciting posts about the launch, not just showing what things are, but maybe teasing them a little bit. I tried to do one that was kind of aesthetic-y and I really liked it, but I didn't get any sales. Nothing in that video sold, obviously. So yeah, I feel lost. I feel like I don't know what to do. I've been chatting a lot with my old friend ChatGPT. I can't say it. GPT. I keep saying GBT. ChatGPT. We've been talking a lot about like what I can do, and yeah, everything they tell me I feel like I'm already doing, so it's very difficult. I know I need to overall increase SEO just in the world in general. That was already on my plan that I made earlier in the year, which actually happens to be open here, that says changes. So that is already on my radar, and it's not something I can just sit down one afternoon and do. It's just a continual thing. I think maybe one thing I could have done is email marketing. And no, I'm not about to jump into an OmniSend ad, because I feel like every single small business are like, by the way, have I mentioned email marketing? Now I have OmniSend. This is not an ad. I have absolutely no email marketing at all, but maybe it's something I need to do. My husband was saying I should do paid advertising. Here's my holdback. Like I said, I have spent hundreds and hundreds of pounds on this launch, and I don't want to spend any more money than I'm already doing until I start bringing in some money from this shop. I'm very much struggling with that. Not only have I paid for stock, but obviously I've got Shopify fees, then I have Epidemic Sound for my YouTube videos, and then I now have Gelato on top of that for a print-on-demand service that I'm the only person who has used. I'm the only person who has bought any of my own print-on-demand stuff. So I currently am spending almost £100 a month just to have my shop with the stock on it. Do I then want to go and spend advertising as well? Maybe I do, because maybe I'll make more than that back, but what if I don't? Because I feel like everything that I've taken a chance on has failed. So I don't really want to take any more chances. I'm open to thinking about it, and maybe I just need to do a bit more research, figure out the way that I'm doing it that is the best. And then the last thing I really want to say is comparison really is the thief of joy. And that is a hard pill for me to swallow, but it's true. I have, I want to say 5 or 6 small business friends who did a release on the same day as me, and 100% of them were blown away by the amount of orders that they had. And it was really difficult, I'm not gonna lie, it was really difficult to go on social media knowing that you completely failed and that nobody likes what you've offered and that nobody wants to shop with you, and every way I could think to rationalize it to myself, where it would be like, well, maybe a Friday night isn't the best time to launch. They're all doing really well. Maybe it's the time of the month that people don't really have a lot of money. They're all doing really well. And yeah, it was just really difficult. And I do want to say I'm really happy for my friends that they're doing so well. I don't want it to come across as though I'm being really salty and bitter. I'm salty for myself because, like, I'm salty at myself that I didn't do better, but I would never want someone else, obviously, to do worse. I just want to make that clear, because I did see, like, one of my friends asked how I was doing, like how my launch went, and I was just like, really shit. And then there was a story about like, oh, don't get disheartened about if you haven't done well. I don't want people to think that I am criticizing anyone for doing well, because of course when one of us succeeds, we all succeed. It's just not my time to feel the benefits of that. But generally, I would support small businesses, of course, always. I just wanted to make that clear because I don't want anyone to think that I'm being like really bitter about it. Ultimately, a big part of my brand has been about the promotion and support of other small businesses, and it's something I've actually received criticism for in the past. Like, why are you always promoting other small businesses? You are a small business, you are going to lose out on sales. But ultimately, like I said, when one of us does well, we all do well. So well done to all of the small businesses who had awesome launches in the last week. I aspire to be you. You are goals. And yeah, I just wanted to highlight that comparison is the thief of joy. I know it's an old saying. I know it's when you're in the pit of it, like, it's the last thing you want to hear, because of course you're gonna compare. Of course you're gonna wallow. That's fine. Wallow your heart out. I feel like sometimes in life you need these like mini grieving processes. You need to be allowed to just feel shit about something for a while. And I also don't think it's necessarily unhealthy to compare yourself to others, because I think that's how we learn and how we grow. And a lot of my development as a small business has been watching other people. I've sat and taken notes on my friends' videos before because I want to see how they're doing it, and I want to be good like them. But ultimately, like, it's only gonna hurt you if you stay in that headspace. So I have made a decision that at the end, when I stop recording this video, when I turn off the camera, that is the end to me being allowed to wallow about this. I'm gonna move on with my life. It's been a week. We need to pick ourselves up. We need to dust ourselves off. I go away next week, so I'm not really doing anything shop related, but I don't want to be in a bad headspace when I go. So yeah, comparison is the thief of joy, but let yourself feel sad for a little while and then come back to your joy, because your joy is what makes you magical, and ultimately is what makes your brand something that people want to relate to and engage with. Speaking of people, you're a person. I want to hear from you because this clearly is a failure, was a failure, and I have had failure after failure. So I want to know from you what I can do differently, if you've got any tips. I don't really like asking for advice. I particularly hate unsolicited advice, but in this instance I'm asking for it. What am I not offering that you want to see? Is it a product? Is there something you wish I would release? Is there a certain style that you wish I would lean into more? Do you hate the things that I'm drawing? Please be kind about it, because I'm asking for advice, but I'm also incredibly insecure. But yeah, I would love to hear from you in the comments what stopped you from buying, or what continues to stop you from buying. The comment I get more than any other comment is, oh my god, I love this so much, I'm defo picking it up on payday. 100% of the time I get that, and 99.9% of the time it doesn't lead to a sale. It's not because they forgot, because I will message them. I don't message on payday and be like, hey, you haven't, you know, done anything, but I will come back at the end of the month. Like, I won't reply, and then I'll come back at the end of the month and be like, thanks so much, so that they get a notification. It's just one of my sneaky little ways. Yeah, what stops you from buying? Is it the cost? Is it the quality? Is it the type of product? I mean, I want to know, but I don't want to know, so please be nice. Ultimately, maybe my stuff just isn't for you. Like, this whole YouTube channel has been about connecting with my brand and finding myself in my brand, and maybe where I'm going down this road just isn't the same road that you're on, and that's fine. But yeah, I want to be better. I don't need this shop to be a full-time endeavor. I love my full-time job and I don't want to stop it, and the hours that I have allow me to have this shop on the side. So I'm not saying that this needs to be a full-time role, because if it was, I wouldn't have any joy in it anymore, and there would be too much pressure, and honestly I feel like it would be soul crushing to live the shop life that I'm living right now and have it be the way we pay our bills. I couldn't deal with that stress. But I would like it to feel successful, and to me, success isn't selling out, but it is consistently having customers who engage with what I'm selling them. Success for me is also having joy in my products and, you know, connecting with them and making things that make me feel happy, and I am already doing all those things. The last piece of the puzzle is having customers who actually like it enough to buy it. So yeah, I'm gonna look at my list and check I haven't left anything off. I think I'm good. So yeah, like I said, this was a very chatty sit down video. Sorry if it's been boring and not my usual kind of video. Next week you will see a day in the life video, so again it's not going to be a studio vlog, and then the week after that is going to be footage from our trip. We are going to Milton Keynes, Folkestone, Calais, Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany, then back up to York, up to Stirling, and then home. So there will be lots of footage from those 10 days that we are away. So basically you've got a whole month of not having studio vlogs, almost. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a weird few weeks. Please stick by me. Please love me. Leave me a comment down below, either offering advice or leave me a jellyfish emoji if you've made it to the end. And by the way, I want to petition for a starfish emoji so that I can have Riley and Starla next to each other. And by the way, I kind of want to introduce a new character. I have the name in my head, but I just don't know what animal I want it to be, but the name is just so perfect for my brand. So yeah, stay tuned, I guess. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye!